Welcome back, Deep Shot. Again, last week I had a video recorded for fantasy football. Unfortunately, that file was corrupted. I don't know how it got deleted. So, sorry about last week. I did make another video yesterday that should be coming out probably the day of I'm recording this, so probably Thursday it should come out. And then this video will come out on Friday. But I'm going to be going over the top 10 players for every position for week 7. Let's get right into it. First, I'm going to do with quarterback first, and I'm going to start with honorable mentions. My honorable mentions for this game were Kirk Cousins, and mainly because Kirk Cousins, as we know, had a huge 509-yard passing game against the Buccaneers. And this week he plays the Seahawks, who don't have the best pass defense. They started off with a really good pass defense, and now they're slow, and they're just dwindling down right now. So I have Kirk Cousins. Another one of my honorable mentions is going to be Kyler Murray, and then Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, you already know. It's just he got no one to throw to, so it's like there's no Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill got traded a while ago. Rashid Rice is out for the season, and they got Travis Kelce, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Xavier Worthy as the main targets, really, and Kareem Hunt, if you want to count that. But it's Patrick Mahomes, so I have to add him at least an honorable mention. Kyler Murray, of course, has a huge running upside. A couple of games ago, he had like a 60-yard touchdown just off the rush. And that's good. That's always going to be his upside no matter the matchup. And especially playing the Chargers. Yeah. Well, let's get right into it. At number 10, I have C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud is projected 18.2 fantasy points this week. And it has a decent matchup against Green Bay. Of course, C.J. Stroud doesn't have his best target, Nico Collins. But they do have Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs to help, I guess, recuperate with that. Green Bay does have a decent defense, but they have an average passing defense, and I think C.J. Stroud is going to be my 10. At 9, I have Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy did just regain a ton of his weapons again with Deebo Samuel coming back. Got George Kittle, they got Brandon Ayuk. A ton of their weapons have returned, other than Christian McCaffrey. We still don't even have any information on it at all. Brock Purdy is playing the Chiefs. The Chiefs do have a decent pass defense. However, Super Bowl rematch, things get intense. Brock Purdy at 9. At number 8, I have Sam Darnold. Although the Detroit Lions have a pretty good pass defense, Lions this game, I'm gonna say it continuously. This game is going to be a shootout. Sorry. It's going to go back and forth. I think the over-under is going to be around 50. I think the over-under is going to be insane for this game. And I'm going over on 50. To be honest, I think the score is going to be around 35 to 32 probably. I think the Lions are going to win. But Sam Darnold, although, Aaron Jones is questionable to play, this game's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a really fun game to watch, and Darnold's going to be slinging the ball a lot. So, Sam Darnold at number 8. Number 7, I have Baker Mayfield, who is playing the Baltimore Ravens secondary, who hasn't really been great. They allowed 34 points to Joe Burrow, and allowed, I think, 19 points to Jaden Daniels in Jaden Daniels' worst game. Baker Mayfield, as we know, has also been slinging the ball. He's playing a Baltimore defense. Baker Mayfield 7. Number 6, I have Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, the Bengals need to get it together. They have the weapons. They just need to ball out. Playing Cleveland this week, who doesn't really have anything. Again, with trading Amari Cooper, they got no one to throw the ball to. They got nothing to do with the ball. So that's why I have Joe Burrow at 6. Number 5, I have Jordan Love. Jordan Love is having a pretty unfavorable matchup, I guess I would say, against Texans, who do have a decent defense, but Jordan Love has been pretty exceptional as of late. He has so many targets to throw the ball to, including Romeo Doubs, who's been great when he came back. Jaden Reed. I think Aaron Jones is going to be maybe a good little dump down target. Jordan Love's at 5. And number 4, I have Josh Allen. I was contemplating putting Josh Allen higher on this list because of their recent acquisition of Amari Cooper, which gives Josh Allen a higher floor in general. They are playing the Titans, who have had a decent pass defense, but again, they're the Titans. They can't be that good. It's just not possible for the Titans. Josh Allen, you already know he's going to have an amazing floor, amazing upside. Josh Allen at 4. At number 3, I have Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, welcome back to top 5. I think I had Hurts at 4 last week. Same goes with Hurts is a very favorable matchup against the Giants. Giants, again, sling the ball. Hurts finally getting back his weapons, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Although he didn't have a very pretty game last week, they got the win. I think they're going to continue on this week. Got Jalen Hurts at 3. At number 2, I have Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is playing Carolina. You already know how that's going to go. I don't think I need to explain this at all. We can move on. Number 1, if you haven't already guessed it, you haven't heard his name yet, Lamar Jackson. They're playing Tampa Bay, who do have shutout games, especially like the one where they allowed Kirk Cousins to go for 509 yards. That's why Lamar Jackson also has a huge rushing upside. It's Lamar Jackson. I'm clicking right now. Number 1 rushing offense, I think, in the league. Lamar Jackson at 1. I know Jahmyr Gibbs didn't have touchdown upside that nobody does, although he does have the pass catching ability. Especially against Minnesota, he's really good against them. I think that Jahmyr Gibbs is heavily defense in the league, and I think that Joe Mixon's going to be a good number 9. At number 8, I have Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard has been on a tear recently. He's number 5 ranked PPR running back in the league. He has very favorable matchup against the Washington Commanders, and Chuba Hubbard, he's going to be good until Jonathan Brooks comes back, which I don't even know if Brooks is going to play, how that dynamic is going to work. But just specifically for Week 7, until Brooks comes back, who is officially off IR. Whenever Brooks comes back, I think he's off IR? Yeah, he's. Whenever Brooks comes back, stuff are going to change, obviously. But for now, Chuba Hubbard's going to be it. Number 8. Okay, let's go into finally number 7. You haven't heard his name, Breece Hall. Many of you guys picked Breece Hall was a 2nd or 3rd round pick, or like a 9th or 10th round pick. I mean, 2nd or 1st pick. Or like a 9th and 10th pick, obvious first rounder. He has insane upside. Devontae Adams to the Jets. We don't really know how that's going to affect Breece Hall's potential. We might steal a couple rushes from him. It's just Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams have that connection on the passing attack. But Breece Hall, he obviously has the upside. He has the skill set. He has everything he needs. Playing against Pittsburgh, who do have a very good pass defense, and this might really help Breece Hall get more touches on the ground, even though he does have to compete with Braylon Allen. At number 6, I have Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker is playing Atlanta, who, again, also doesn't have the greatest run defenses. Kenneth Walker has amazing touchdown potential, and the Seahawks head coach was talking about getting Kenneth Walker more involved in the rushing game, even though he's already been very involved. Kenneth Walker, I think, is a shoo-in. At number 5, I have Alvin Kamara. Kamara is playing Denver on Thursday night. Even though Denver is not a favorable matchup, and DJ Ritter has, not been the best for Kamara. Kamara obviously has the upside of just being a pass-catching back who will always get like 5-6 receptions a game. He's always going to be a PPR stud, so I got him at 5. At 4, I got Bijan Robinson. Robinson is playing Seattle this week, who, again, as I've said, Seattle's not the greatest defense as of late. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Bijan Robinson at 4. Also, Robinson coming off probably his best game as a football player in general. Go Robinson 4. Number 3, I have Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry would be higher if this was in PPR. It's just Derrick Henry doesn't have the catching upside. But he is, I think, has the most rushing yards in the league, I believe. And he's playing Tampa Bay, which I've already stated again is going to be a really good matchup. Derrick Henry on 2. Kyren Williams is at my second spot. He has the most consistent workload in the league, getting consistently 20, 22 touches a game. Has gotten a touchdown in every game he's played this year, with second most in the league. Kyren Williams is playing the Raiders. Again, a pretty favorable matchup. Cooper Kupp is coming back. This Rams offense is only going to get better from here, and is only going to get better for Kyren Williams, unless he gets injured. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Finally, I won. You knew it. Saquon Barkley. Although he's coming off a couple bad weeks, playing the Giants, who do have a decent pass defense. But again, it's Saquon Barkley. He's been fantastic the early part of this year, and it should continue. Wide receivers time. Again, for wide receivers, I'm going to go to the top 20, because I'm a bit of a stretch for this one. At 20, I have Brian Thomas Jr. I'll go to 21, actually 21, 22, because I have Brandon Ayuk at 21 and Jackson Smith-Njigba at 22, sorry. At 20, I have Brian Thomas Jr. At 19, I have T. Higgins. 18, Deebo Samuel. 17, Garrett Wilson. 16, Devontae Smith. 15, Tyreek Hill. 14, Cooper Kupp. 13, Mike Evans. 12, Zay Flowers. 11, Jaden Reed. And I wanted to put Terry McLaurin in here. I think I made the list before, and I kind of forgot about Terry. I think he'll go around 15 or 14 for me in this list. Yeah. Let's get into the top 10, though. At number 10, I have DK. Again, Atlanta does not have the greatest pass defense, as we've mentioned multiple times. I think DK is going to be a stud star coming off of probably his worst week of the season. At 9, I have Diggs. Diggs is the number 1 wide receiver now for the Texans, as Nico Collins is on IR. He will be for a foreseeable future, 4 to 5 weeks. Diggs at 9. Number 8, I have Deontay Johnson, who is questionable for the Panthers, but again, they are playing the Washington Commanders, who historically and currently not a good pass defense, and I think he'll be good. At number 7, I have Drake London, who has broken out and I think has solidified himself as a wide receiver 1 in this league. Kirk Cousins definitely likes passing it to him. He's playing Seattle again, who hasn't really been great on the passing attack as of recent. So I got Drake London at 7. At 6, I have Chris Godwin, who is coming off a monster game as of recent. He's coming off a monster game as of recent with 33 points. He is playing Baltimore, who, as I've stated, do not have the greatest pass defense this year. I think Godwin's going to be good. At number 5, I have Malik Neighbors. Neighbors is injured. Keep that in mind. He's questionable to play this game. I believe he will, though. Playing the Eagles, who, again, don't have the greatest pass defense, and this game is going to be a lot of points scored. Malik Neighbors at 5. At 4, I have A.J. Brown. Again, A.J. Brown's going to be the same reasons as Malik Neighbors, just flipped around, playing the Giants, who also don't have the greatest pass defense. High-scoring game, A.J. Brown at 4. 3, I have Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is coming off a bit of a down week with 12 points. But, it is still Jamar Chase. He's playing Cleveland Browns. Browns don't have the best pass defense, don't have the worst, middle of the pack. Jamar Chase will find the end zone, I think, this game. I got Jamar Chase at 3. Number 2, I have Sun God. And Amon-Ra, he's coming off a down week when he only has like 13 or 14 points around. Again, I've said it, this game against the Vikings is going to be a shootout. The Lions are known for high-scoring games. Their defense is going to go out the window. It's going to be a huge passing attack this game. Amon-Ra, too. Amon-Ra has insane upside and just pure targets and receptions. Amon-Ra. Number 1, Justin Jefferson. Same reason as for Amon-Ra. Shootout game. We already know. Honorable mentions. I listed the top 20, like speedrun it, but I missed a couple names. Someone I wanted to add in around like the 14th spot was Tyreek Hill. I know he's coming with Tyler Huntley as a quarterback, but Tyreek Hill is playing the Indianapolis Colts, which have a horrible pass defense. There's no one gonna guard in that game. It's just not gonna happen. Sorry. I was thinking about it. I just forgot to. Tight ends, we can really speed run through these ones because, I have David Njoku at 10. After losing Amari Cooper, the Browns got no one. I'm sorry, Browns. You guys got no one. You can't do anything at this point. He's playing the Green Bay, who do pretty good pretty favorable matchup for Njoku, who is going to be the number 1 receiver now. Njoku at 10. At 9, I got Tucker Kraft, mac and cheese. He was playing Houston. Green Bay does have a lot of weapons, and Kraft was injured, but he's still going to be one of the better tight ends. At 8, I have Dalton Kincaid. Again, Amari Cooper is going to sap some of those targets away from Kincaid, who is also having a pretty, not a great year, so Kincaid at 8. At 7, I have Kyle Pitts. You know, he had 10 points coming off a bounce back weekend against the Buccaneers where he had 15. He had 10 points last week. I think Seahawks, again. Yeah, just like, be cool with 7 points, I guess, for Kyle Pitts. And number 6, I have Sam Laporta. Again, Laporta's playing Minnesota, shootout game. I've said this multiple times. At number 5, I have Evan Ingram. Ingram, in his first game back, had a monster day, really. Sapped all the targets from Brian Thomas Jr. Playing New England, who isn't the best matchup for them, but Evan Ingram at 5. My 4-3-2-1 should be pretty obvious. Trey McBride, we already know. Brock Bowers, we know. George Kittle, and Travis Kelce. These are obvious. Flex options, these could really be anyone you want. If you want me to tell you a sleeper flex option for this week, I'm going to go with Ladd McConkey for the Chargers. He is going to be their number 1. He's going to be their number 1 receiver against the Cardinals, who just are not doing good on pass defense this week. I got Ladd McConkey as my sleeper option for flex this week. Kickers, we can speed run through this again. Jake Elliott 10, Cameron Dicker 9, Chase McLaughlin at 8, Harrison Butker at 7, Will Richard, he's a Minnesota kicker by the way. Again, shootout. 5, Evan McPherson. 4, Kylie Fairbairn. 3, Austin Siebert. 2, Justin Tucker. And number 1, Younghoe Koo. Defenses, again, we can speed run through this as well. Number 10, Niners. 8, Colts. Number 10, Niners. 9, Colts. 8, Chargers. 7, Jets. 6, Saints. 5, Eagles. 4, Steelers. 3, Bengals. 2, Broncos. 1, Bills. Pretty straightforward after this point. If you guys want to drop your teams below, I can see what I think about them. For now, I think we should probably go over some other stuff which are very fun. Because I think I have like 4 minutes. I have like 3 minutes more to record. I think I can fit in 3 minutes on recording. We're gonna go over running backs and wide receivers again because I think I didn't really get a good view of them. I'm gonna go from 30 down. Some people that you might want to target, low options you can target for running backs. Nick Chubb, I think if you have him now, he might be at the highest he's going to be. So you might really want to sell him out. Say Austin Eckler is going to be consistent 10 points a game. He's been pretty underrated, I feel like. I'm honestly. Bucky Irving is going to be a good pick. Aaron Jones is injured, although he has good upside if he plays. Again, they're playing Detroit, who has a decent run defense, so I think it's just going to be a shootout game. But if you want to look out, Aaron Jones might be a good pick for this week. Devin Singletary, again, Tyron Tracy Jr. is looking to be the number 1 right now. They might split 50-50. Either way. 39, Jonathan Taylor. They're all playing a great matchup against Miami. We just don't have the question if he's going to play yet. That's obviously in question. Sean Tucker and Bucky Irving are candidates if you want to pick them up. And then my final, advice for this week is try to buy low on Devon Achane. I know I mentioned him in my top 20 for this week, but people are still selling him low. And then for wide receivers, the people you want to try to buy low are Tyreek Hill, who's going for pretty low right now. Tank Dell, you could probably get him, but I think he'll buy him high. Amari Cooper is going to be at probably a super high stake right now, being in the Bills. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be decent. George Pickens, depending if Russell Wilson plays, George Pickens is going to be an interesting pick for this week. Xavier Worthy might get a ton of targets due to Rashid Rice's absence. And finally, Khalil Shakir might be an underrated pick. Yeah, he's ranked decently low because of the Amari Cooper news, but Khalil Shakir might be a decent second option as like a T. Higgins, basically, of that team. And yeah, that's going to be my fantasy football rankings for week 7. If you have any trade ideas, any trade proposals, anything you want me to review, just say that below. Do all the good stuff. Thanks. Bye. Peace.